guys, Coach Christie here, coming to you from my backyard. It's a gorgeous day here, so I thought, why not take this video outside? And if you have the opportunity to get at least part of your exercise in the outdoors, I highly recommend it. So we've got kind of noisy duck in the background there, so hopefully he won't interfere too much with this. But nice to hear the sounds of nature out here as well. So if you remember a little while back on Wednesdays, as the first part of our warm-up, we went through a mobility flow. And these movements are designed to help you not only with your workouts, but with your everyday life as well. Being mobile is a huge help in everything we do. It makes life easier, right? It makes things more comfortable. So we're going to go through this series of exercises together. You can use this as an entire flow if you want. You can pick and choose some of the individual exercises that you want to do that you feel are particularly helpful. But I do, really recommend that you do these because I feel like right now we're probably a little more sedentary than what we normally are, and so things start to get kind of tight because of that. So let's get started here. We're going to start with our Shin Box Switch. So remember, on this one we've got one leg, one foot tucked into that other leg, and this leg is pulled back behind, okay? From there we're going to hold hands out front. We're going to pause here for a count of 3. Then we are going to switch over, rotating to the other side. Pause for a count of 3. We're going to come back to that starting position. Pause for a count of 3. And we're going to do 5 of these on each side. So this is number 2. Coming back to that starting position. Going to the other side. And back to the starting point. Over again. Back to our starting position. Last set. And going back again. All right, guys. Great job on that. So next up we have our Shin Box Switch through. Okay, so we've got the same starting position as for the regular Shin Box Switch. From here, again, holding those hands out front, we're going to bring this back leg around to the front and hold for a count of 5. And we're going to go back to that starting position, trying to sit nice and tall, all right? Might have a little lean happening with this, but trying to sit as tall as possible. Kicking that leg back through, holding for a count of 5. Going back to that starting position. And kicking back through, holding for a count of 5. All right, we're going to switch it to the other side now, guys. So this side's a little harder for me. And you'll probably find that's the case with you, that one side is a little easier than the other, so that's pretty normal. All right, so same thing, starting position. Now we're going to bring that leg through, hold for a count of 5. Going back to that starting position. Make sure you're breathing through these two, guys, because you'll maybe start to cramp a little bit if you're not breathing properly. So nice, fluid, even breathing throughout this exercise. All right, back again, and coming back to the front, and back to our starting point, and that was our last one on this. All right, guys, great job. Next up, we have what's called our frog. So with the frog, we're going to be in that tabletop position. Shoulders directly over your hands, hips over your knees. All right, from there, we're going to bring those feet out to the side. All right, so nice and wide. The sides of your feet should be on the ground or on the floor. From here, we're going to rock forward. We're going to hold for a count of 3. Then we're going to shift those hips back. Hold for a count of 3. Coming back forward to a count of 3. We're going to be doing 5 of these. Back again. Forward for a count of 3. This is number 3. Shifting those hips back for a count of 3. All right, we've got 2 more in each position, so going forward again. Shifting those hips back. And 1 more. Forward. And back. So remember on that one, guys, you want to feel a stretch in those adductors, the inside of your leg, but it shouldn't be hurting. So if it's hurting, maybe bring those legs a little bit closer to the midline of your body, and that will help. All right, so it's stretching, not hurting. All right, up next we have our hip circles. So we're going back in the tabletop position. I'm going to try to do this from a couple of different angles so you can see. So again, shoulders are right over the hands, hips are over the knees. From there, we're going to lift that leg up and pause for a count of 3. Bring it back down, up, and back down. So I'm going to go to the front now so you can see what that looks like from the front. So bringing that leg up. You only want to bring it up as far as you can without twisting your body, all right? You don't want to be dipping down with your upper body at all. So we've got 2 more on this side. And that foot is flexed when we're doing these, okay? Bend in the knee should be at about 90 degrees. All right, so we've got 5 on each side there. We're going to go over to the other side. So holding for a count of 3. Back down. Number 2. Back down. We got 3 more. Back down. 2 more. And 1 more. Great job, guys. All right, go ahead and kind of shake your wrists out a little bit because we've got a few more things that are going to be in that tabletop position. So feel free to, just kind of stretch them out a little bit in between each of these exercises because I know it's hard for some of you to be on your wrists for an extended period of time. Up next, we have our hip circles. So we're starting in that same tabletop position. From there, we're going to kick the leg back. Foot is flexed, bringing it around into that fire hydrant position and back down. And we're going to do 5 of these on each side. So nice fluid movement. Again, trying not to dip down with that upper body. So this is what we look like from this side. So that's number 3. We got 2 more. And 1 more. All right, guys, other side. So bringing that foot back, foot is flexed, 90-degree bend at the knee, coming back down. All right, that's number 2. We have 3 more. And 1 more. Great job, guys. All right, we've got 1 more in this position for now, in that either tabletop or plank position. So next up, we have our downward and upward dog. I'm going to show you this one from the side because it'll make more sense. So with this one, we're going to be doing 5 sets, holding for a count of 5 in each position. So starting in that high plank position, from there we're going to shift the hips back. You should be feeling a really good stretch in your calves when you're doing this. Holding for a count of 5. After that, we're going to come forward, push those hips down towards the floor. Holding for a count of 5. Going back, shifting those hips back again. And coming forward, pressing those hips into the floor. When we go back, the goal is to try to touch those heels to the floor. That's not going to happen for a lot of us, so just, you know, get as good a stretch in there as you possibly can. All right, we got 2 more here, guys. Back down. And last one, guys. And coming back down, pressing those hips to the floor. Great. Awesome job. Hope you guys are enjoying these so far. I'm already feeling like quite a bit more mobile than I was before I started, so I hope you're experiencing the same thing. So next up we have our half kneeling shoulder circle. So one leg is forward, heel is under the knee there, 90-degree bend at the knee. All right, from there, I'm going to go back a little bit because I don't know if you can see me. All right, here we go. All right, from there, opposite arm is going to come up. So thumb is up, and we're just bringing that arm up. All right, from there, and you want to go back as far as you can. All right, and from there, we're going to rotate at the shoulder. All right, so going in both directions. So you want to make sure that this movement is from your shoulder and not your wrist. I'm going to move back just a little bit more here. All right, so again, bringing that arm up, rotating in, rotating out, and then the last part of that movement, you can circle around with that arm, okay? So we're going to go through this 5 on each side, all right? So we'll call this number 3. All right, 2 more on this side. Reaching up nice and high. Think of this like the Queen's wave, right? Okay, rotating in both directions again. Really focus on that movement coming from the shoulder, not the elbow or the wrist, all right? So we're gonna switch to the other side now. So same thing, opposite arm comes up. We're gonna rotate inward, outward, and then make a nice big circle coming back to your starting position. Rotating in, rotating out, and swinging that arm back up. This is number 3. We got 2 more. One more, guys. All right, excellent. That's our half kneeling shoulder circle. So we've got just a few more here. So our next one is our Sideline Archer, which is one of my very favorites. So when we do this one, reminder, you're going to be lying on your side. Bottom arm is straight out. All right, knees should be bent at 90 degrees. This one is going to be kind of hard for me to demonstrate and have you see it properly, but I'll do my best. From there, that opposite arm is stacking on top of the bottom arm, and we're drawing back as though we're pulling a bow, and we're opening up that chest. We want to hold it there for a count of 3. Coming back to that starting point, holding for a count of 3. We're going to be doing 5 of these on each side, guys. I love this one. This is really great after bench press day, after you've been doing push-ups, things like that. Really great for opening up that chest and the shoulder. We got 2 more on this side. And 1 more. And back. Excellent. So on to the other side. So same thing, lying on your side, Arm goes straight out, knees are bent and pulled forward 90 degrees, stacking that upper arm on top, pulling back as though you're pulling a bow. Oh, opening up, holding there for a count of 3. Coming back to that starting position and opening up. And going back to that starting position. This is number 3. You can hear the birds chirping. It's wonderful. We got 2 more, guys. That sun feels really good. Getting that vitamin D. 1 more. And back to that starting position. All right, great job, guys. So the next one is called our Bretzel, and that's kind of, you know, building on the Sideline Archer a little bit. So again, this one might be a little bit hard for you to see, but I'll do my best here to demonstrate. So we're going to be starting in that same position. All right, so knees are pulled forward. From there, that lower arm is going to grab the upper leg and just hold on to it. Your upper arm is going to come back and grab your foot and pull back so that you're pulling your heel back towards your behind or your glutes. And we're just going to hold that there for about 20 seconds. Should be feeling a good stretch pretty much everywhere with this one. You know, your glutes, your hips, I'm feeling it in my chest. Open up, try to open up as far as you can. Looking up at a beautiful blue sky right now. All right, we'll call that 20 seconds. And we're going to switch to the other side. So same starting position, bringing those legs forward. That lower arm goes onto the top leg, holding it in place. With our top arm, we're grabbing that ankle, pulling the heel back towards the glutes, and then opening up. And we'll call that 20 seconds. All right, guys, just a couple more here. So our next one is called the world's greatest stretch, and the reason for that is because this is another one of those that's stretching a lot of places at one time. So like we do in the dojo, we try to get the most bang for our buck, right, with everything we do. So world's greatest stretch, I'm going to do this one from the side. I think you'll be able to see a little bit better here. So I like to start in the high plank position on this one. From there, I'm going to bring my foot forward, so that outside leg, foot's going to be nice and close to your hand. All right, so with this, we're going to rotate. We're going to come back down, and from there, we're going to grab that foot and shift the weight back on your hips. So this one is kind of tough for me. My hamstrings are pretty tight, right? But doing this over time is going to help improve that. So again, going back to that starting position, rotating up with that arm, coming back down, grabbing that foot and shifting the weight back. And we've got 3 on each side, so this will be our last one for this side. And back to that starting point. All right, guys, going to do the other side now. So starting in that high plank position, bringing that foot forward to meet the hand. From there, rotating upwards, coming back down, We're going to grab that toe, shift the weight back, coming back to that starting position, rotating to the side, coming back down, grabbing the toe. Ooh, getting a little better on this one now already. And we got one more here. So rotating, come back down, grab that toe, shift the weight back. All right, guys, so that is our basic flow, but there are a couple more exercises I'd like to throw in here because I feel like they're really valuable, at least for me. So let's do the pigeon. All right, so with the pigeon, I'm going to twist my mat around here. With the pigeon, starting in that high plank position, you're going to bring one knee between your arms, foot goes out to the side, and you're going to try to shift that weight back. The goal is to try to kind of get those hips towards the ground. From there, if you're able to, going down onto the forearms. And we're going to hold this for a count of 20 seconds. I could stay here all day. This one, I know it doesn't feel good to everybody, but this one feels really good to me. All right, we're going to go back into that high plank position, do the other side. So bring that knee between your hands, pushing those hips down towards the floor. And then if you're able to, going down onto those forearms, we're going to hold for a count of 20 again. You hear the birds? It's pretty awesome. All right, and relax. So our last one we're going to do today is our cat to cow. So in this one, we're in that tabletop position again. Shoulders are over the wrists. We're going to start by dipping down. All right, so arching the back, trying to bring those shoulder blades together. We're going to pause there for a count of 3. After that, we're going to arch the other direction. You'll be getting some separation between your shoulder blades when you're in this position. And we're going to do 5 repetitions of this one. Pushing up. We got 3 more, guys. Two more. And one more. I even hear some frogs back there. And relax. All right, guys, I hope you have found this video to be valuable. I do really encourage you to do these. You know, like I said, if you don't go through the entire flow, just pick out a few that you feel are of really high value to you. And just do them, you know, like at least once a day would be awesome. Might be a great way to start your day. Might be a good way to end your day. You know, it's kind of a good thing to go through, like yoga is, you know, to help with that breathing and relaxation and kind of ready us for bedtime if we choose to do it at that time. So there you go, guys. Hope you're getting your workouts in. Hope you're going to be doing some of your mobility exercises. And we'll see you soon. All right. Bye, guys.